Welcome to Big Brother 22 Commentary, okay, by Commission Reviews.
All right, I got 72 good, lovely people in the chat. I need everybody to hit that like button, please. All right, zing! Why didn't Zing but talk about CBS? Like the worst Big Brother and Big Brother history is BB22. Zing! The only Big Brother in all the last season pre-game. Oh no, only BB22. Z. Okay. Z-Bot was on the baby. Nicole was, oh my God. Christmas was hilarious. She evil, y'all. Malik say, hey, what's going on, Periscope, YouTube? Everybody, please hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, please. We're finna get into it. All right. Yes, Nicole was awesome. Hey, what you see, what you get, JJ? What's up, Shady Baby? Malik, all my moderators in the chat, please make sure that everyone is hitting that like button and sharing. Please take some time, just a moment, to share Twitter real quick for me. A hashtag BB22, hashtag Commission Reviews. Please and thank you. If you're on Periscope, the feeds have been down for over 7 hours. Over 7 hours, the feeds have been down. I don't know what's going on, yo. Everybody trying to figure this out. I mean, Z-Bot kind of spilled, but I'm still upset about the episode. Shady Baby, talk about it. J Job, J Job. Oh, y'all left me. This is the delayed. Y'all laughing at me. What's up, America? Alice Tinson said, did you see the pain in Danny's eyes? I think that this is really hurting Danny. That's why I told you guys this morning. I feel like Danny, to me, has turned the corner. What's up, Blessed Walk-ins? Welcome, Z! Z-Bot! Oh my God! Woo, I was laughing so hard. Oh my God. Oh, he roasted Dato when he said, you done the challenge and Big Brother. Which competition are you going to lose next? Z! I was like, Z. Oh my God, my chest. Another wall yeller. I figured out the wall yeller. But you know what? Somebody said that a wall yeller said, I don't know if it's the same one, and that the wall yeller mentioned Tyler and Christmas being a duo. Now, is that the last yeller or what? That's what I said. Danny Zing was kind of mean. Oh, snap. Yes. Danny's, that was straight. He said, when you played the first one, you was a champ or something. Oh, you was an old champ or something like that. And then he said, this time you just look old. I was like, dang. Okay, you guys, I just became monetized today. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. So not only can I get cash apps, I can get the little dollar sign down there. You can click on that and I can get a cash app. It's so cute. I had to monetize all my videos with those lovely views I've been getting collected all this time. It just was just awesome. Okay. And I want to say to all you guys and one for you guys, I got the many subscribers and my views and everything went up over the past 2 months. I'm telling you guys, over the past month really. And I became monetized after I thought I wasn't going to because of whatever. After like 3 weeks, because of you guys and all the views that you guys have given me, I appreciate it so much. You know what? Memphis, to me, I watching the episode, pretty much Memphis was so completely down with, making sure Davon stayed and all that. He was completely down with it until he talked to uh Tyler. And what's Tyler that ponytail? Somebody please tell me. He looks like olive oil with his hair pulled up. Did y'all not remember olive oil? I mean, olive oil, if I say her name wrong, for Popeyes. Oh, Popeye. Yes, that's how Tyler does. He's giving me that tease. Okay, he needs to stop with that hairstyle. I swear, if his hair was all black, let me stop. Z. Oh my God, Jesus. Um, J Jobs, do you know what the wall yeller actually said this time? Everybody in the house deserves their zine this season. It has been trashed. CBS, I gave you your zine. Worst season ever. BB22. Z. Zine bot called Memphis #2 a pile of doo doo. Yo, I was like, Zine bot is roasting. You saw how they kept that 6 feet. D-Bot was on the other side, bro. Is there a chance save Jay? Wall Yeller said Nick F.U. lied about her vote. Why you putting Nick? Everybody look at Jay Johnson. The way he puts Nicole's name, I was like, who? Y'all be careful in my chat. Don't put no cuss words. I'm monetized now. Doggone it. You don't hear me saying nothing. Okay. CBS and Julie Chen a trash too. Every time we roast somebody, we just say Z. Okay. Honestly, David's would have been accurate for just about everybody there but Davon. Oh, facts by David. Bro, you are not an all stars. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. I felt bad, but then I was like, it wasn't a lie. And all the men thought the Christmas one was for real. Christmas is crazy. Okay, she crazy. Uh, hold up. My boys in the building. What's up, American? Tyler's there with Jacqueline. Hey, Jacqueline. What happened? All the tea. Zinebot Rose Julie. Oh, all Zinebot gonna say is, last time when you saw you, all you said was Julie Chen. Now you say Julie Chen Moonez. What is it? Moonez. Is it in support of your husband? Z. Or is it to keep your job? Z. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm done. Oh, snap was what you see, what you get. Or you want to come on real quick? I got the link. Come on real quick. We got Ori in the building, y'all. A friend to the show. Or friend to the channel, whatever. I don't know. I like I'm some kind of host of some channel. You post a comment real quick. My doggone stomach hurt talking about that doggone zine. His whole live is gonna be every time a roast come out. Z. I wish I would have recorded that. I swear. But now they would have gave me a mark on that. Nope. You ain't missing my money. Nope. Everybody, please hit that like button. It's coming to YouTube. Periscope, please retweet this live. Uh-oh. Somebody in the background. Let's see what's going down. Hold on. Let me get this. Let me get Zine bot off real quick. Z. What's up, Ori? How
Whew.
you doing?
I, I am a fuming.
I see. What's happening? Bring it down.
Oof. Well, first of all, where are the feeds? Where have the feeds been all day?
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Where have they been, huh? Nowhere to be found, huh? I, I, I just can't anymore. I can't anymore. Why are we paying for this? It's supposed to be called CBS All Access, right? Some
I
access.
agree.
It's CBS Some Access. That's what we're paying for.
It's weird though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's actually weird that we really have not. And people are saying it's the wall yeller again. I'm like, yo, but it's been over 8 hours. It's been down, right?
Yeah, well over 8 hours. I'll tell you 100% what it is. They don't want to spoil the BB legend in the neighbor house. That we will
Mm,
not get the feeds until after the episode tomorrow. Mark my
okay.
words.
I think you're right about that. I think you're right.
100%. And it's ridiculous to me. We literally pay for the live feeds. If it
But
was
see,
free,
I remember back in the day and after dark, whenever people would come on, I could have sworn that you couldn't see everything, but you knew something was happening. You know when the
absolutely.
I remember that. I remember that. Am I crazy?
Absolutely. And look, there's things that they would turn off for a little while, but even like in this case, unless the legend is like a new house guest,
Hmm.
there's no reason for them to not be showing this. Because they've done stuff before, right? They won't show us the veto, but they'll show us the house guest talking about the veto.
Right.
They're not even showing us talking about, oh my God, I can't believe, Dr. Will and Derek and Danner came into the house. That was incredible. We don't even get
Yes.
that. I don't know what's going on with CBS at the moment. I really don't.
The
And
thing
this
about it,
isn't
CBS, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say CBS is about to literally lose a lot of people because people have been complaining about the live feeds before this, with the little breaks and stuff like that.
That's what I was going to say. This isn't like
Oh,
it's
okay.
a new thing. This has been going on for weeks now since the feed started this season. Never has the
Hmm.
feeds been this censored to this degree. We've lost hours, like 7+ hours, multiple days. And
It's
it's not
really
just,
uncomfortable.
it is. And it's not just, oh, we didn't see the veto meeting or we didn't
Mm,
see the veto competition. We're literally not seeing game talk. We're not seeing Tyler and Christmas up in the HOH room for 2 hours as he's trying to convince her to backdoor him so Bay and Day stay.
facts.
That was 2 hours of the live feeds where a conversation super important to the game was going on. We never saw.
Yeah, everybody's
Why?
still mad about that.
And that's the kind of stuff that's going on every day. It's crazy.
It's
Hey,
weird because this the thing about it that I'm trying to say I don't get about it because the fact long as people have been like people like us who watch Big Brother for a long time have seen live feeds, have watched whatever behind this whatever, and we would see a lot of different things. You know, that was like cool or whatever. You're like, oh, that wasn't a blogger then. But what I'm saying is they're trying to censor to control the narrative. Like I've said since week 3, and I said CBS was to control the narrative. Will a producer come all the way down when a man who's obviously hurt, not in the game for whatever reason, maybe missed his girlfriend, maybe the cause is got him down with Bailey and Dave, whatever it is, some internals happening, for you to come down as a producer and say, oh, we need you here, knowing that one of them are going home. What does that say? Like, that makes no sense to me.
right?
No, no woman has ever won this. And I keep repeating myself. No woman has ever won this just for straight won it because they control. And even when all these sisters was on my channel talking, he even said to her, they do control. They control the stuff we do, how things are picked or whatever. But you guys look at it like, oh, whatever. He said most of that stuff is what they want. You know, and I'm just like, that's not
Exactly.
reality. That's not reality, and that's not really fun because now you have really I wonder now have they really have set the narrative of Davon of losing competitions as a thing, or each person like Nicole being whiny, even though I'm a defender because she's annoying. but the narrative and the characters they are presuming on each Big Brother house guest instead of like for instance, if I when I look at the challenge, that is they're two different worlds. The challenge is very diverse, it's very competitive. I'm pretty sure there's some hands-on and some producers, but it's really flawless and you can't tell, and the competitions are crazy. So it's very addictive. I don't know. What do you think? Go ahead.
I agree, and one of the things is it's weird, right? Because we've got to witness Big Brother develop over time. With shows like The Challenge, that recipe was already made with reality TV shows for decades, right? You film it in advance, you edit it, and you create your story. With Big Brothers, it's been 22 regular seasons now, but what are we up to? 25 some seasons they've done, including celebrity seasons and over the top, even more if you count the international seasons. It took them a little while, right? But they finally figured out not only how to edit the shows and show what they want to show, but also now the feeds as well.
Yes, because everyone was like, "What happened to Big Brother After Dark?" And the person that was actually doing it, the guy, the owl, they said all of a sudden he just left Twitter. I find it kind of unusual when they'll just say, "Oh, he don't talk about Big Brother, but he's still on there." For you to say he just completely dropped and wasn't, it didn't say anything about Big Brother, was gone for a while, and then the show just completely left him over there. You knew immediately what it was about when they started introducing, saying, "Oh, okay, hey, we're gonna have the live feeds," and they came up quickly and you were like, wait a minute, this is fast. We are seeing we saw live feed with the second day, the first night, something like that, and it was insane. Because remember old the old version. Oh, I think I lost Ori. The old where we used to watch Big Brother After Dark. You would have to wait a very long time before you could actually watch it after the show would drop. I remember that. I remember, but it was worth the wait, man. The live feeds went on for a long time. There wasn't any, I mean, there was interruptions, but it was how do you say, I guess appropriate time. You watch for a long time, you want to get a break anyway. Opposed to now when you watch. Oh, I think back.
Can you hear me? I'm back.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I was just like, what?
Dropped out there for a second. I'm back.
I was like, yeah, okay, but I just kept it going. I was like, all right, I got it.
That's pro move right there. That's a pro move.
Oh yeah, because I got a beep in my ear, but when I was just saying to the and welcome everybody coming to the chat, please hit the like button. This is Ori. He typed in the chat earlier. Ori streams. Please go subscribe to his channel. He's a cool dude. And he has great content. He even does his own version of Big Brother After Dark. You guys should check it out. Please go check out his channel. If one of my moderators grab his link, drop it in the chat, please. Um, but what I was also saying is Big Brother After Dark, that we would get our breaks, but it would be like way a long time before you get your break. Like you was like an hour or 2 hours, whatever it was. That was suddenly was shut down. You'd be like, oh man. And then what I also said when you left is that when the show would show live, we wouldn't see the live feeds on After Dark or Pop or whatever it was for like hours. It wasn't like immediate. Like, we can go look at the live feed and stuff like that. It's just Big Brother is like they're scared, and I think it's the bloggers, it's the fans, it's all of us who are speaking out about this season. That, like you were saying, they figured out a recipe to control the live feeds so they don't look bad.
Because it wasn't always that way, right? There
Right.
used to be a time that as soon as the episode was over airing live, you could go on the live feeds and watch. The only time you weren't is like if there was an HOH competition that wasn't an endurance. So if they had a competition they had to record, you might lose the live feeds for like an hour or so, but that's about it.
Yep.
And then they would come back. They'd definitely be live by the time you said Big Brother After Dark would be on. And you'd get to see a lot of that. And that's when the feeds were the most exciting. But now we lose all of that. We won't get the feeds back sometimes after an HOH until like 5-6 hours after the competition. By that point, all the game conversations have happened, right? The people who were scared that somebody won HOH, they're not as scared anymore because they've talked to them. And we miss that.
I miss the old After Dark because I can remember I saw game moves being done, like some epic stuff, like
Yes.
classic stuff, like, oh, I'm gonna fall off if you stay up here, after the hours and then still be going. Like back then, I used to work and I would have a DVR that was just literally recorded for hours, and I could work overnight, and I would come on my lunch break because at midnight somebody would vote, or I can't remember the times. I used to know schedules where I don't know now, but at midnight I would go home or whatever on my lunch break. It was overnight, and I would watch the live feeds, and I would see like class and stuff, like the people hanging out for something, and then like the last people up there, and they're talking to each other, but we can hear them. And they're saying, "Hey, if you drop, I won't nominate you." Okay, cool. Drop, and you like, oh, so want HOH, but you won't see it to the live, show. But you watch that, you would know. I remember those cool days, man. I really miss that. I
I
really do. It's
I do too, and it's a shame because do you know why I think they do this the most? I think it's to protect house guests, right? For example, Nicole lost a bunch of sponsors for being on the show and saying stuff that she shouldn't have, but that's her own fault,
facts.
right? And part of Big Brother that I always loved, I back in the day, I forget their names exactly, but I believe one of them was named Bunky, and there was another guy, and one was gay, one was the exact opposite, and they had never met like someone like each other before. And I remember this conversation because now, if it aired on the show, they would turn it off,
Mm.
right? But they're both going to sleep, and one of them says to the other, like, good night, you bigot," and like
Right,
in a joking way, right?
right,
And
right,
the
right.
and the other one says back to him, and he said it in a way where it's yes, it's like he said homo or something, but it's like he said it so endearing. It was like they became friends by being on the show. And the fact that we got to watch them have that true conversation of somebody who didn't understand somebody else's point of view, somebody else's lifestyle, and we got to watch that on the feeds.
Mm.
Now I feel like if anybody brought up, Black Lives Matter, instantly it was
Right.
turned to stars.
Yes.
Why? Those are the conversations that we want to see. Those are the conversations, like Kesar said, we need to see on this show.
But it's a control thing because with the deal with the KSR thing, it was like a moment for a Big Brother, a moment for CBS, grandstanding and all that. So that's why they were so comfortable with leaving that whole entire conversation. And then remember, when I watched the conversation, it was a good conversation, but it just to me came out of nowhere the way they edited it. The way that I remember the episode how it aired, and I was just like, it didn't seem natural. Like I said, they are, they're the narrator. This is their book, and they're gonna tell their story how they want to. Well, they look clean as a whistle, even though BB22, we have seen the underbelly of Big Brother, and they do not, and they hate. We saw it, and part of it is because of the live feed, and because of people who are speaking out, like yourself, like me, other people who are speaking out about it, and CBS is, they're watching. All of them are. We're tweeting them, we're tagging them in it. You can't tell me they're not looking at some of this stuff saying we're getting dragged every day because of what Memphis said or because of what Memphis did or whatever. We gotta control the narrative now.
100%. And one of the saddest parts is if they just were a little bit more honest with us, right? Like if they would tell us, hey, the feeds are going to be going down for like 3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
people wouldn't complain as much. If they just let people know what was going on, they could pull this off better. But it seems like they want their cake and they want to eat it too, right? Where it's like, yeah,
Mm.
we're gonna not only take the feeds away, but we're also gonna censor stuff as well.
Hold on. That was a good one. Hang on. I gotta get a boom on that one. Yes, community reviews. That was lit right there for sure. But that is accurate to the T. CBS can do what they want to do or are trying to do right now, but at the end of the day, the underbelly shit has been exposed. A lot of us are exposing it. And do you not think that once Vaughn actually leaves Big Brother house, and everyone gets out and they see, and even though producers tell them stuff, they're not gonna tell them everything. So when they get out and they see all the tweets and the videos, they're gonna be like, oh my God. Because even Davon even asked David, and I did a video about it. She's like, I wonder what people think about these last four votes. She's saying culturally, I would just wonder, I'm sorry, nominations. I wonder what people think. Because who are the last four? Let's think about it. Okay. Kevin, David's been on the block, Davon, and Bailey. So she was just questioning David at the time when they wasn't, I wonder what they think about that. And if she when did she gets out? Because we all have said what we think about that. Welcome, Gamstar, Dimitri. What's up? Welcome to the chat. We got Ori on the panel. You guys, please go check him out. He has a great channel. That's how I ran into him. He came on my panel one day, and I checked out his video, and he's very creative, very smart.
Oh,
He's very
stop it. Stop it. Keep going. Stop.
now
Stop.
I'm done. I'm done. I lied a little bit. I'm just kidding. Oh, no, he's freaking hilarious. Y'all go check him out, please. His channel is
Oh, actually, you know what? For you, just for you, this is an exclusive. I only put it on my Twitter. I never even put it on my channel. I will share my 2 favorite zings that I wrote.
hello.
Oh,
I can hear you. Go ahead.
so the first one is, oh, Nicole, we all know you were crying when Ian left, but how hard will you cry now that all your sponsors have too? Zing. And my second favorite is, oh, Danny, you know what the biggest difference is between you and your father? We still like your father. Zing.
You know what? That's actually true. Real talk. Because
Right?
her dad tweets all the time about. He even says, "What do you say? Oh, it's hard for me to watch my own daughter." I was like, that man is.
She had a dress on the other day, and he tweeted out that it reminded him of a circus tent.
Oh my God.
So I responded with the gif of Josh doing the da 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 da.
Oh my God. You know what I said? If Josh had been on here, it would have been more dramatic than it is now.
Yeah,
because
100%.
he would have had Memphis. No, sorry, Christmas been up his butt so much. Oh, this is my best friend and all this crap. Oh
Josh would have made it more exciting. Casey, I think, would have been exciting to see in the house too. I think both of them were supposed to be on, but didn't. There's a lot they could have done with this season, and a lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas. But
yeah,
I'm interested now, though. What is actually going on inside this house?
Because this is what I'm thinking about saying this, because they're saying that the wall yeller said that Nicole, but the votes or whatever. Okay. Now, if Davon actually, this is crazy. Me says, I said, what if she just let loose and beat the crap out of the car? Like, we cannot stay alive, thing. We can't get her off of her.
You know, it's funny. That actually, I think, was the last I had heard. Was there was some buildup that possibly Davon was supposed to confront Nicole, right, about the vote.
Was. Today, this morning.
And we haven't had feeds since that, really.
Look, this is the part, okay, because Kevin and David was talking late last night. I can't remember the timestamp, but it was late before the feeds went down. And he said, don't say anything, but it's going to pop off tomorrow morning or whatever. So, like you said, I'm waiting.
I think I saw that, them on the hammock.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were talking, and he said, don't say anything. Spoiler alert. He's going to confront Nicole tomorrow. Now, I don't know if the wall yeller had did it because something had happened. Something happened. And I don't know, because I'm getting like, I was like, something's not, like puzzles are not fitting together. So I think something happened because the feeds were down a little bit. And then when I saw him say that, I was like, this is weird. So I was like, did the wall yeller say something and now she's convinced of it? Or, and I didn't see Devon anymore on live feeds anymore after that anymore. I didn't see Nicole. I didn't see nobody.
I honestly think, too, I don't think these wall yellers are real. I think it's production.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do we say? Oh yeah, we think Derek is part of production. All of that. I think
Oh
I'm
yeah,
serious.
I think a lot of them are all involved as well. It's almost that they're. It's like how could they not, right?
It's too much. I'm sorry. I mean, okay, well, like Jeff said that Wall Yellers have been a part of Big Brother for a long time, and he was back in the old days, him and his girl or whatever. But yeah,
Yes, but
so that's nothing new. But
think about this though. We're living in the year 2020.
mhm.
Lots are not as open as they used to be. This is not a situation where it would be very easy for them to not only get close enough to the house to be able to be heard,
Right.
but even have an effect at all, right? Like if they could get anywhere near it. Because they are on a TV studio. It's not like
Mhm.
they're in a neighborhood.
Right. Right. This is the thing
So
I don't understand. What I'm sorry, baby. But I want to say one thing. Why isn't there was a security guard before that time? If you had a big TV show in the lots and you're doing a reality show where people are really and a lot of big fans that are fan crazy, for them to say, "Oh, we added a security guard," I'm saying to myself, why wasn't one there anyway?
before, right? Yeah. Which again kind of leads me to think that it's not real. It's
Mm.
not a real problem.
Hmm.
It's when production goes, hey, they catch on to what we do in the diary room because that's something that only fairly recently came out as a fact. They try and lead players in a direction in the diary room, and I think it's one of those things where they may have gotten good at it, but now the players have realized it. And since the players have realized it, they've stopped listening as much. So it doesn't work. Like, for example, they might say to somebody like, oh, Devon, do you really trust David? And then
Mm.
that might make Devon go, oh, wait a minute. Do I really trust David? Did he vote with me or not? Right?
Right.
And now house guests have realized that. So I don't think they do that as much. And I think this is production's way of influencing the game somehow of, yeah, you know what? Let's give it a little kick, right? Let's give them something to talk about. That's just my
Well,
theory.
no. It's a very very good theory because I remember one day Davon made a comment and she said, "Well, they're not recording me or whatever. They are, they just wanted me to go in there and be like, yeah, and all that. The catchphrase, I call it fluff because, as far as, let me just be real, black women have a thing. We got these little catchphrases real quick, clever, whatever you want to say. And like the 90s or any type of show, you would see them in a character that one moment. Let's give you one good example. Dynamite. Boom. Okay. That's just whatever. Everybody laugh, blah, blah. So they Vaughn for that in Big Brother. She comes on, she's like, and girl, and yeah, and and she gets annoyed with her sometimes because I always catch her in a live feeds kind of saying stuff, and people don't always catch that. You watch for like some off and got nothing to do with watching them. And she said, "Oh, they haven't watched. They haven't recorded me at all. They just want me to come in there in that room and just say a few things or DR. She calls DR." And so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, thinking about what you said, put that together, like, so they're controlling that as well. Like sometimes I feel like Kevin with the claws and they do the little ground sound. Sometimes I think they're telling them to be animated. Like, what do you think? Do your hands like this, and then they add the little growl sound. Like, y'all stop. Y'all ain't cute.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. We got it.
They'll feed them lines and they try and uh, affect the game through the diary room, right? And try and make it so that they have a little bit more control. And I think that's what the wall yellers really are at this point. But who knows? I'm just really curious if this isn't wall yellers, if this isn't something else. What I kind of think at this point is we're not going to get the feeds back until after the episode, and I think this is just to keep spoilers for tomorrow's episode out.
I think they kind of don't like the way we all they I think like a few Twitter places that they support and like to put the spoilers out. But
Oh yeah.
I think that when it comes to people who are not in the payroll like myself, a lot of people who are just bloggers who just talking about it, I think they don't like that. I really think, and then we give our opinion on top of that too. And we catching things they don't want everybody to know about because a lot of us make people aware and alert them of things they may not have caught because we're looking for things or whatever. So they don't like that. They want to be. They don't be scrutinized. Like they want to be able to put their stuff out there and lie to everybody and get away with it. Period.
You know what I said too that I think would be a brilliant move for them, and they did it somewhat before, but never fully. Was instead of the fish, instead of the cats, at one point they had Jeff asking the house guest questions. I think they did it before with somebody else where they were interviewing the house guests. Show like clips from earlier in the day or like the day before of like what happened that week on the feeds. Give us something to watch.
I agree with that. It should be something more than just
Hey,
like the fish and the dog.
turn us on there. Let us loose.
I swear to God. Gary Star said, "Here's hoping to Devon gets America's favorite." That's
Fingers
that.
crossed.
That's the hope. And what? Let me ask you honestly, I can't remember everybody that was America's favorite, but people were saying it's. I feel like it's kind of people saying Ian. Some people said Devon. I hear more Devon, but the way Ian got treated with the teasing and all of that, maybe I don't know. What do you think?
It could be Ian. Usually, America's favorite player either tends to be someone who just is like a Donnie type of a player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like who just is so lovable that you can't help but love him. Or it's somebody who played really well that the fans respect, but just got a tough break for some reason, right?
Right.
So I think this season you would look at the two people would be Ian and Devon, and possibly I could see maybe an Enzo thrown in there too as somebody who
I
could
thought
win it.
about that too. I thought about that. Let me ask you a question. Who won the America's favorite in David's season?
Oh, that is a good question. I
I
think
mean,
it
I
might have
thought
been
about
Nicole
that.
Anthony.
Really?
I
Okay.
think it was either Nicole Anthony or it might have been Cliff. Because I
Okay.
think
Cliff
both of
has
them
his
made
own
it.
YouTube channel. I saw that the other
I
day.
did just recently find that out. Yeah.
I was like, we should get together. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, that's Cliff. But yeah, yeah, I wonder. I was just curious to know because since he was on that season and so many, I guess this is what his season coming on here, coming BB 22. I believe that's what that actually is. It is honestly like, okay, you got kicked out quick. Let's give you. We're gonna send you. We're gonna have you an All Stars. That's our way of making it up to you as far as CBS Big Brother. I guess I don't know.
Okay, I have a list here of all of the America's favorite players. It was Nicole Anthony who won it that season.
Mm.
Tyler won it his season.
Oh, I know that.
Uh,
Because they teased McComb that. Oh, he's American favorite, because they feel like Bailey did him well. They feel like he did Bailey wrong, but they feel like the vote and everything that she didn't, she made sure he didn't win or whatever it was. They really that's why he got that.
this is also interesting too. All the way up to season 16, they gave you the percentage on how much they won by,
Hmm.
and then they stopped.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, for example, Donnie won America's favorite player by 52.7%.
Okay.
Everybody else before him, nobody broke 35. Or one person broke 36, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. Oh, everybody loves Jeff. I still love Jeff. I watch this little show sometimes. Everybody loves Jeff.
But yeah, Donnie crushed him in that vote. But other than that, they stopped giving the percentage that they won by, which is interesting.
Well, not really. It ties into our theory about how they
Right?
are controlling things because even something as small as that, there are people who are, analytical and things like numbers and they like percentages and Big Brother, whoever's running it, they know that. I'm sorry. Welcome, Ash, Jim. Welcome to the chat, Fonda. Anybody who I have not said, I'm so sorry. Please go to the chat and hit that like button. We're talking about Big Brothers at the show. We got Ori streams up on the stream. We're talking about everything under the sun like we always do. So make sure you please hit that like button as you come into the room, please, and hit that bell. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel, so you don't miss a thing. So I'm hoping for Davon to actually get that. But the thing I think that everybody in the world is waiting for right now, and I'm just being serious, is everybody is waiting to find out when Davon hears about Nicole, and that is pretty much it. Everybody's on bated breath, like waiting to find out when's Nicole gonna tell Davon, because I think that is when we're gonna see Davon from Compton. I'm serious. That's gonna be like, bro, it's I don't give a care who's watching the camera. Kick me out today. I really think it's going to be a serious situation. Like, I'm so serious.
It's gonna get end
Call
up big.
911.
Hey, that could also be the reason why we don't have the feeds at the moment. It might have already happened.
I'm thinking the dragation. I'm thinking the wall yeller said that. She starts walking around. She's like, wait a minute. Everybody keeps saying. Next thing I know, she starts saying, Davon, I am so sorry. Oh, 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 oh. I'm just. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can see Danny saying, I did not, because you know how Danny talks, I did not tell her, because she whispers too. They talk about crib whispering, she does too. I did not tell Nicole to do that. Because she even threw her the brother earlier. She said that was between her and Ian. I was like, oh my God,
Right?
that is so no. That was so HOS. You did tell her, Daddy. Oh my God, my stomach.
That was one thing too. I felt terrible for David. I was watching him react to basically Devon's speech, which I assume there was a lot more of and they cut. Because he was very upset that Devon didn't believe that he voted the way he did.
You know what? This is the thing about it. Okay, the thing that I think David needs to understand. Yes, I do not agree with the way Davon called him Uncle. I'm not gonna say the word monetize. I can't say the word because I'm not even say the word. I do not agree. I don't agree with the fact that she said that about him and did not get her facts together. You can say yes, in the past he's lied and he's been really shy. His game sucks. I'm sorry, he's a rookie. You can say all these things, but you had no proof. You went on Nicole and Danny, who just now are on your side after Bailey left. Like, girl, what are you talking about? I don't
And
understand that logic.
I don't either. And I think that's maybe one of the things that we will never understand until we actually played Big Brother ourselves.
True.
I think once you're in that house, it really must just mess with your judgment huge. Because to us, obviously, and we do have a lot more information, but it seemed almost obvious that, yeah, you know who you would want to align with early in the game? Janelle and Kesar. Because Danny and Nicole are going to stick with Cody and everybody else, right? Like, it seemed obvious to almost everybody outside the house, but inside the house, it's kind of the opposite of what they did.
Let me challenge you on this. I understand, no, we're not in the house, okay? But I think everybody plays the game differently, okay? And hi, Dolly. I think that her game this season sucked. I'm sorry, it was trash. The only thing I liked about this season, what she did, she was very smart. She picked on a lot of things. She talked too much to me. And she made a move that nobody in the season has done. Everybody plays safe move. And when she saved Kevin, that was a big brother move. When she went to veto, boom, because it happened on the same week. To me, those were big moves in the house because everybody else was playing, the safe game. I'm just going to tiptoe around here and I'm talking about do something. I might backdoor someone, but you're not doing anything. So that I will give her that. But the other stuff with the paranoia and running around and the whisper here and the fat check and I'm a fat check this and I just thought it was too much and the writing on the wall for her week 2. And I just think it was really horrible. I kept saying, I made a video. I said, Davon. I made a whole video. I said, Davon, shh, be quiet, calm down. That's what I said. The way Bailey game was being played, if she was still here now, she would have made an HOH to me, and she would have made big moves, and she wouldn't have cared because she was quiet, even with the big fight with Halloween. Even with
Yeah.
that big travesty, it was her who was calm. When I watched the season with her and Tyler, I saw the way she was going crazy and screaming.
She had
I
a
watched
fire.
that.
She had a
Yes.
fire about her. And I think that maybe is another thing. Big Brother, I think, brings that out of you on purpose, right? That was
Mm.
Bailey's role that season.
Yes. They did use her as a weapon. She's saying that everybody was using weapon, but Dave used weapon against as far as David because that was wrong what she did. David was quiet this whole time too. I get frustrated because even though I might not like the committee, I would say that they're irritating, but their unity I admire because
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they all united for 5 weeks or more and was able to eliminate who they wanted to. And right now they're talking crap and they have been the whole time about each other. But this other side could have done the same thing. If Davon and Bailey would have combined with Kaser and Janelle, it would have made a difference of so many different things. They already were a target all the time. Oh, Davon, Bailey are close. They was a target with two, so it wouldn't matter. So to
At
play
the
the
end of the
game.
day, at the end of the day, Big Brother's a game of numbers. And if you
Mm,
have more numbers on your side, you're gonna win. And that was something there they it almost seemed like Bailey and Devon decided, look, we don't have to worry about getting the numbers right now,
mm,
but they did. And it was almost I think it's a strategy, and I think it leads credence to Derek pre-gaming, because this reminds me of his strategy is one, you want to try and make it so where people feel like they can't play the game without exposing their game. For example, how many times have we heard people say, "Oh, you can't use the veto on them because then people will think you're untouchable," right? Like
mm.
you that's a strategy to make somebody not play the game of Big Brother by fear that they're going to expose themselves. And that's kind of what Derek almost would do with the idea of like, hey, like if you win veto, like you should ask the HOH if he wants you to use the veto.
Mm.
And that was stuff that Derek kind of started becoming popular. And ever since, that is the strategy that most players have used to try and win the game, including Nicole when she beat Paul, and including Paul when he lost to Josh. That
Yes.
was Derek's strategy that he taught them.
Yeah,
And
he's
it's
he's he's been the you're right. He's an influencer. That's why I said that this is, and I've said it before. This should not be called BB22. It should be called Derek BB22 because he has sponsors. He's a sponsor of his children, which are his girl and boy, which is Nicole and Cody. He said, "You get the boys, you get the girls," and they're doing the same thing that Daddy did, and I'm just so proud of. They're just doing what Dad told them to do. So look, it's like you can get mad and talk, and I do get mad, and I have emotions about it, but I congratulate and I salute when you're playing the game well. I felt like, and I say this again, if Davon and David would have collaborated with, I'm sorry, and Bailey with Janelle and Kaser, those would have been some powerful numbers. He's a
oh yeah.
rookie. He's a sponge like a little kid trying to learn how to walk. He's just learning. He would have been taught just fine. And I think Kevin would have been pulled in eventually. And I even think Ian, but no, he's wishing because he was with Nicole. But I thought it was a possibility they could have pulled Ian in. But with that alliance, at the time, they had the numbers. All they would have needed is one of them to get HOH, put one of them up, and they'll turn the whole thing around. Christmas is weak. Okay, Halloween's weak. She would have ran to that side because see, her thing is she's needy. She wanted to be Davon and Bailey. She saw how people gravitated to him. She was weird or something like that. She wants to be now David's mentor. Like, oh my God, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Now you're just weird. It's like I can't stand her. She's like psychotic or something. Sorry, I just can't. Ugh. So weird.
It's been rough. It's been a rough go this season. That's why fingers crossed. I can't wait for BB Legends to come this winter. It's happening. I just know it. I could feel it.
You do? Hmm.
I'm like I'd say I'm 85% sure that it's going to happen. And that's mainly from I think the interest in former players. I think that's too good to give up, right? When you have somebody like Danielle Reyes saying she will play again if it's that, when you have someone like Will and Dan and Derek all saying they would play again if it was like that, where it's a shortened season. How would BB ever pass that up? That's a ratings
Exactly.
draw right there.
It is.
Plus, all these network shows haven't been filming, and they're at the very least going to be behind schedule. So I think there's going to be a huge gap in programming this winter that CBS is going to need to fill. At the very least, they're going to need to fill things like CBS All Access, which they've been trying to fill with more shows. They might have to take those shows and put them on the main network. And if they don't have something for the main network, they might have to then put it on CBS on All Access, almost like Big Brother Over the Top.
Well, CBS actually what they've done is they've gotten older shows that are actually airing on their show now. You can watch all of RuPaul's Drag Race from season 1 to whatever. Now there's a few older shows that's already filmed. So what they're doing is to fill some of those gaps. They've added another. I don't know who it is where they're able to stream older shows that's already been shown already without copyright issues. You can watch them. So that's how they're building. They're filling some of that. They're showing a commercial. You might see a little deal on YouTube. You'll see a little commercial. Hey, you can see me on CBS, but it's old shows. So I agree with you with that, but they're trying to fill now. They're fluffy. But like you said, they're gonna come up with something else reality show esque because they're seeing how Big Brother 22 and how we all were into it. Obviously, it's on TV, so they see how we're all into it and everything. So they're gonna try something else. I agree with you on that. I do.
Especially because I think this was a season that not only was huge because, hey, it's like an all-star season, so that one is kind of a good way to draw in new viewers, but what else was there to watch right now, right? There's not much going on, so there's plenty of eyeballs looking for something to watch.
Exactly. Nothing at all. And that's I mean, like I say, when this goes off, I watch other stuff too. But this season, I have so many issues with it, and the Kimmy one I had issues with it too. But like I said, this season to me, it just I don't know, man. It's just been takes cake for me. It does.
It's been rough. It's been real rough. I posted what was it, last weekend? I just took the whole like 2 days off of the feeds. I just couldn't anymore. I wasn't checking in on them at all, and it felt good. It felt good.
I have to do that sometimes myself. I get frustrated and I don't want to hear about, who's farting in the bathroom or whatever. Dude, I'm not trying to watch this. Like, I'm serious. I'm like, I turn it off. I'm not, no.
Yeah, there was a very long conversation about Enzo and his problems with the bidet.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about him with somebody because he said he has boo boo. I'm like, bro, I'm not. I'm done. I'm done. Oh my god. All right. Ooh, I'm about to get off of here. I got to work 2 more days, a whole weekend. Had a good time talking to Ori. Ori streams, y'all. He's a friend to the show. Y'all, please go check him out on his YouTube channel. Subscribe, and y'all hit my bell and all that too. You know how much I love you, Ori. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for real.
Thank you for having me, as always.
All right, baby. I'll see you next time, sweetie.
Take care. Have a good one.
You too. All right, yeah, I'm gonna blow you guys a kiss. Don't forget that like button. And remember, guys, I am now monetized, so you can, throw a little. My first time, y'all go ahead and give me that super chat. I never had one on this channel. So, okay, anyway, I'm gonna blow you guys a kiss. I love you guys. Thank you all, my moderators, for throwing what to do with my chat. Everybody, I appreciate you. Check my community wall on YouTube for updates, and don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram community reviews. All right. I will see y'all next time.